All right, we're back.
Contact.
We.
Wow.
Okay, so after the in-game, very intense last few days we've had, we're finally getting an actual, comfortable, secluded, long rest. And we
cuddle
have
puddle.
and there's a cuddle puddle involved. And we
Adorable.
we are at level 16 now.
Whoa.
So
16, baby.
getting wild.
Bananas.
All right, so it is an uneventful evening. It is truly peaceful and rejuvenating for you. So, the next day is yours. I'm gonna change the vibe here. Where did it go?
Guess who's got 2 thumbs and isn't exhausted anymore?
Yay!
Yo, we love that.
There we go.
Love this for you.
Right? Woof. Woof snacks indeed.
How did everyone sleep?
Like a goddamn rock.
Rock sleep? Wait.
Yes. Like a bump on a log. Like a. Goodness.
All more than acceptable terms.
Mm-hmm.
So this morning, I figured it would be a good idea to prepare the spell Locate Object,
Oh.
so we can maybe have a guess as to like where to find the Sword of Law, or try to get a solid lead on something.
Sword of Law. I'm blanking on the importance of this. I feel like it's extremely important.
The bird guys are looking for it, and
Yeah.
also it's the
That's
thing
right.
that's going to lead us
Yeah.
to your buddy.
Well, the Aarakocra are looking for the Rod of Law, but there's like 7 pieces of it.
and they
and
had
then-
3,
Correct.
and we have this thing, this stick thing that you found.
Yes. And I don't
Which-
know if this is part of that. But also, the Templar mentioned the Sword of Law.
Mm-hmm.
So we can only assume that those are connected in some way.
Yes.
Is there a way for us to reach out to the Aarakocra without going to the academy?
We could
We
always
could-
try sending.
Yeah. I can also get us to the academy.
Oh, cool.
I mean, I moved us to here. I assume that I could get us to Waterdeep. It's probably like a back alley that I'm very used to or something. I can
Well,
just pop us to.
so my next question is, are we prepared to go back to the academy, in the sense that, do we have a plan for, are we telling them about Braylon or not?
I mean, I kind of want to.
I do too.
Like, who at the academy do we trust the most to divulge this information to, in the
I
event
mean-
that someone's like a mole and is gonna tell him?
I mean, the one person that we
Yeah.
trusted the most is like not here anymore. So
Fair and valid.
Unless she
And-
got away.
That and
Okay.
no one that we talked to at the academy knew where she was. She said that there were people at the academy that knew where she was, but she didn't tell us who they were, and they weren't the people that we've been talking to.
right.
Do we send her a message? I don't know if she's
think-
still blocking it.
She did say it was a side effect that she doesn't actively do. So it would be a chance, maybe.
I don't think we should tell the academy. I think we should check in about the time juice.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Stupid to say every time I say it out loud. We should check in about the time juice, but I think I'm worried about it.
I think we should just maybe we just ask, has Braylon come up with anything new? And then and then I feel like time juice would be something big enough to show us.
Yeah.
If he's come up with time juice.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to float that kid around knowing he turns into a monster.
I mean, yeah, we can pitch this like it's a regular visit. Like, hey y'all, we got rid of all of these super powerful weapons. Pretty sure we don't need to worry about that anymore. But there's also this weird red storm that we're kind of interested in checking out. Also, by the way, looks
Also,
out the
yeah,
window to
is
check
the
the
storm
Yeah,
storm.
going on?
is the storm still
What?
there?
It's green now. No, it's red now.
It's red.
Is it doing the disco colors thing like the skull room?
No, but you can see now
Boo.
that it's gotten larger, first of all. And second of all, you do occasionally see a flash within the clouds of green.
God damn it.
Concerning.
I wonder who they're resurrecting this time. That would be terrible.
Thought we were
Alright.
gonna have a break.
Hoping for a chill day.
Staring at that stupid horizon line that keeps getting covered in fucking storms.
False mountains need to quit it. False peaks. The mountains are real. Okay. Anyways, are you going to the academy, or do we need to do anything first?
It's just armor, but I don't think it's ready until tomorrow. Calendar, it's ready tomorrow. We've gone up 5 levels in 5 days.
Yo.
We're just being slung shot
Yeah.
through all this. Just
So much is happening in these days, though. We're just like. All right.
Actually, yeah. Is that some? So you said that out of character. Is that a thought you're having in character at all? Like, not obviously not. I'm going up levels, but you all would
I'm getting
notice
too
that
powerful
like
too fast.
you're
Yeah.
Is it something you're
Like,
thinking
do we all
about
have like
at all?
stretch marks from like too much magic?
just
Everybody make an insight check.
Oh,
I'm not even
Excellent.
doing that with disadvantage anymore, guys.
I'm good at
Oh,
these.
21, shit.
I'm comfortable
Better.
at the level that I am growing.
Oh no.
Well, Whirl had a thought and then it left.
Okay, y'all, I've got a +8 to insight right now, and I still rolled an 11.
I got
It's a
you.
Yikes a
three?
doodle, man.
It's a 3 natural. Oof.
Okay, where did we end up? Okay, Whirl, nope.
I think I said it out loud and then it was a thought that came through my brain and out the other side of my brain.
Sure.
And I was like, nah, that's not real.
I just stated a fact.
Gert, yeah, it's kind of strange. Taryn, similar boat. Yeah, like, yeah, sure, we've done some really intense stuff over the last week, but still, like, kind of odd how quickly all of your collective abilities and power has gone up. Is
Yo.
you're gonna start having a lingering feeling about that whole thing that is actually very much like how you felt while you were training with Renwick.
Okay.
That the rate at which you all are growing and improving is kind of disproportionate with what's normal.
Shouldn't be doing this fast.
What?
Getting as strong as we are.
Maybe something thinks that we need to be this strong. And
Maybe.
it's doing what it can to help.
Maybe it's based on us putting ourselves in these situations that are forcing us to learn and grow. But we're doing it in such a rapid succession that I am afraid that we are going to rush off of a cliff.
Then why does everything have to feel so dire?
Because it is. So I don't know that we have a choice in the matter, but just
Like, can't somebody
Really
else
okay.
handle some of it?
that would be
Apparently not.
super chill.
Right? Like, hey, other people who are strong and smart, can you handle this fucking storm? This ravey storm. I don't want to go into the ravey storm.
Maybe the Academy knows, like, could have people send people to the storm rave. Maybe they got some, like, e-girls in the back.
Okay.
I mean, yeah.
So, one more time. We are not going to mention adult Braylon?
Correct.
Question
No.
mark.
We are not.
We are going to mention that Yolantha came to us and then got taken by a somebody.
Hmm.
I mean, here's the thing. Technically, we did not recognize the person that took her.
It's just
That's
a coincidence.
not
they
wrong.
called you Windlake.
Right. I mean, here's the thing. There's a difference between recognizing the person and putting two and two together. And we as a group did not recognize the person.
Mhm.
We as a group heard a nickname and went, "Holy fucking shit snacks," and those are two different thoughts.
Mhm.
And we are going to ask them about time juice.
Yes. Hey, we gave you that
We're-
thing. Did you work on it?
But are we going to ask them to stop working on it?
Do we want any of it?
That probably. I mean, I think if we had it, it would be things would be a lot easier.
I was going to say, why do we need time juice?
Because
I
we
don't know.
decided we did? I don't know.
Maybe we'll need it if we need to
Because
find the Templar.
if
And
we
they're
need
out of
extra
time?
Right.
So we need this to give to the Templar.
Correct.
Okay.
Which was kind of our original idea of making the time juice.
Right.
That's true. Yeah. They're out of it
But the
entirely.
time juice, like the recipe that was given to them is just a stop time.
True.
It's not time juice.
True. But we
Mhm.
don't know. We know that time juice can be made, and we know that this thing exists, and we also know that, like, a dude that we have met kind of managed to do both. So I figured it was like the beginning part of a roadmap of the juice.
Right.
We have truly no idea what's going to come out of this.
Also, this is a school. It's not like they're not going
Yes.
to study it and see what they can do with it. So.
Also,
I
just
just
imagine.
sorry.
No, you're fine. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh no, mine means nothing. I just wanted to fully apologize for being the one to coin time juice, and now it's a permanent thing.
Al, what are your thoughts on time juice here? Do we need to market it as such? Do we need to brainstorm a different name here?
Oh,
I have not heard of anything similar, and I seem to know what you are all talking about when you refer to it. It's quite catchy.
Cool.
Though
Catchy.
we may need to change our attitudes when we find out what it actually is.
Possibly.
So, yes, sorry. Continue is.
Oh, I was gonna say, considering the Templar, or at the very least Renwick, only had the time-stopping kind of potion thing, imagine the potential of the Templar with something more than that. I don't know what that means exactly. If that means they would be able to, like, further expound upon their time-based abilities.
Right.
Well, I believe the Templar did have, like,
Because he was
They had
able
vials
to
of it.
send.
he had vials of something that was not the time stop.
Correct.
The vials that he had were for moving through time.
Were they a juice of that time?
Oh.
And if so, what would we have called that?
But that's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah,
so
Time made or something.
what
I made.
what he had
Spirit and
was what we want to give him, but that is not the recipe that we found.
But it is what older Braylon has.
Must have.
Yeah. So, connecting the dots
most
here,
likelihood.
we gotta get it and get it to our buddy.
Mhm.
Shit.
Why don't we go in and be like, hey, we found this stick. It sure looks like a stick you guys also might have more pieces of. Why don't we lead with that and then be like, oh, hey, BT Dubs, remember that potion, that like piece of paper we gave you? Did like anything come of that?
I know
Like,
it's
secret of the
been
end.
32 hours, but hey, y'all, you got
Right?
anything
Jesus,
good
when
for
did we
us
drop
yet?
that shit off?
Also, can y'all go take care of the storm?
Please, thank you.
Great. All right.
Also, I mean, they're also probably going to
Okay.
ask
Okay.
about, like, or at least should we tell them about Elminster and Big V
Oh, absolutely.
doing their junk? Yeah, okay.
And the like
Wanted to
weird
make sure we were all on
hands?
the same page.
The guy, his like hand was dead. Is that like a
His
thing that
hand?
happens?
And then the other guy's eye, yeah. We've seen hands on those altars before, haven't we?
Just the one. It was Vanifer's altar. It was the only time we've seen it. And it was next to the book, the journal, the celestial journal.
Mhm.
Right.
But I feel like at the time we decided that there were like two people that were at that altar and that they were not Elminster and Bigby. Is that correct?
Yes,
Okay.
but they
Interesting.
they were not. I do remember saying they were not like doing anything with the altar.
Okay.
Like they were just kind of coming from that area.
Was the hand that we saw on that altar the same hand, like left versus right, that Elminster would have replaced with the weird spooky ass hand?
Yes.
Elflock.
Oh fuck. Alright.
Then what's the likelihood? I mean, I know the answer to this question, but I'm saying it out loud anyway. There's a high likelihood that like the celestial journal probably belongs to one of them. Does the handwriting in the celestial journal, you're going to be the only one who can do this. Does the handwriting in the Celestial Journal look like the handwriting in Mordenkainen's? Because it's written by Bigby. He wrote the whole thing down, right? So we could probably process some elimination, vaguely sort of kind of guess that it's either Bigby's or not Bigby's.
Actually, I have Bigby and Elminster's handwriting.
Why do you have Elminster's handwriting?
Because Elminster wrote the foreword. Elminster wrote a note.
I thought Mordenkainen wrote a foreword to Elminster. Are you sure?
Hold
I thought it
on.
was like, Dear Elminster, here's a cool book I made.
It's written to Elminster.
Okay.
Oh, it's written to
So,
Elminster.
we have,
Okay.
so it's just
Yeah.
Mordenkainen and Bigby's handwriting.
Right.
I
But we
mean,
have
does the
Bigby's handwriting.
I mean, does the Celestial book have Mordenkainen's handwriting? That would be good.
I don't know, but we can look at the Celestial book and we can look at the other book and we can,
That would be good.
and by we, I mean literally just Gert, because she's the only
Just
one that
Gert.
can read one of the books.
Oh, so the foreword is actually not written by Mordenkainen either. We don't know who the foreword is written
Okay.
by.
Make a perception check.
High five.
Perception plus D4.
Whoop.
Discord stop.
Okay.
So that's a 10.
The personal note at the beginning of the tome and the rest of the handwriting in the book look at least very similar. And it is definitely different from the handwriting in the Celestial book.
That's
Because that's the thing. If the foreword was,
that the
it would
forward
make sense that the foreword would be written by, like, if the foreword and the rest of the book are handwritten by the same person, right? Why would Bigby be asking questions about himself?
right.
Make an insight check.
Balls.
You're
Five
really good at
again.
thinking about things, Gert, and you get a D10. Right? It's still 10.
Hey.
Hey. Go up.
Can I use my passive insight?
I'll say this: if you roll insight and it's better than your passive, we'll use the better of the two.
Copy.
You get a D10. I don't think it's
And
gone
a-
up yet.
And a D4.
God, these rolls are just not going your way.
I know.
No, they are. So I plus a D10 and a D4.
Oh,
Oh, fuck you, D10.
Good
Jesus
gracious.
Christ.
So that's an 18.
Which is.
Because that is my passive insight.
Okay.
Damn.
Passive insight. So the handwriting is similar enough that it's like it's really uncanny, and you're kind of fixated on that. And the only thought that comes to mind is if this was written by the same person, well, at least you know that the language of the foreword suggests very strongly that the foreword was written after the rest of the text. Because he references that it's been complete and here it is now. And you know at least that the text itself is more, it's more like it's literally a text of lore, whereas the foreword is a personal address to another person. So the difference in language would be justified, but if it was written by the same person, it was kind of like intentionally a different approach in the writing.
Yeah. Because again, the foreword sort of indicates to me I mean, no, the forward says outright that this was penned by Bigby. But then like, again, why would Bigby ask himself questions or ask questions about himself overtly?
In the third person.
In the third person. Who's to say Bigby was truly rescued after all?
Everybody make an insight check if you would like to
Yeah.
contribute to a potential
Fuck.
answer to that.
Yeah.
That
Come
is
on.
literally a verbatim.
Before I
Thank
roll,
God.
I'm going to say that I cast insight or guidance on myself before I roll.
Oh,
Oh,
man.
oh, buddy.
Dude,
Yo, 29.
Gert, you're the one asking the question, so absolutely. And Joe, I don't want to single you out, but are you trying to help with the insight on this, or are you just kind of observing?
No,
Okay.
I'm listening and observing. I'm not really like.
yeah, holy shit.
Oh damn.
What's up?
Please, yeah, please
With a
don't know.
mouthful of Chex Mix.
Collective light bulb.
Remember
Oh
all
my
those
God.
shitty rolls you had earlier?
I'm gonna flavor the rolls on this for what happens narratively, because this is fun. All of you hit the at least succeed, but then there's like varying levels of succeed, right? So Gert asks the question, and Whirl, you go like, wait a minute, and then you look at Iz, and Iz goes, yeah.
Yeah.
And then Taryn and Gert in tandem are like, he wasn't of his own mind.
Fuck.
We could get Bigby out of it.
Oh, fuck, you're right.
Hopefully now, yeah.
Yeah.
Because if this wasn't written for 10 years, right?
Hmm.
Right, yeah,
Yes.
this is 10 years later.
1502.
I mean, he's got a weird fucking eye now, but like, I'm sure we can get past that as a group.
We'll just not look at that side of his face. It'll be
Yeah.
fine.
I'll just, again, the long swoopy hair, it'll be fine.
It's a vibe.
But what if... What if, like, the... Wait, he was saved in the future, so this is the event that he is being saved from. Maybe that's what I'm throwing.
Either way, we have a shot.
Yeah.
At least in my brain, we have a shot.
Who else is a fan of deep state lore? Me.
So good.
Okay.
So good.
I don't, like, it's like, I don't know what to fucking say because like we keep getting things. That's where my brain is now. It's like, well, now what?
Now mix.
Like when Braylon showed up and immediately disappeared and none of us said anything for like a minute.
Yeah.
So Bigby doesn't have agency right now. So we have to figure out what it is in particular that would be doing it to him.
Sure.
Now is that, which I feel like we have a couple of options at that point too, which could be either Elminster, which I feel like is a little bit of a stretch because that's a pretty low rung on what we're doing right now, like in the grand scheme of things. Azeroth, or Orcus. I feel like are the big three that might be the puppet masters behind this part.
Yeah. Well, we just like full ass cracked a case. Go team. Maybe we bring this information also to the academy. They might know more about any of this because they have gotten all of their knowledge over more than 7 weeks. I don't know.
Yep. I think we need to head to the academy now.
To the academy?
Yeah.
Sam stress eating.
Fair. Valid. Accurate.
I have a box of candy, but I'm not gonna go get it.
I would. Shit.
It's like, I'm good. All right.
Yeah, my brain is officially broken from this
Cool.
episode.
Welcome to my sandbox.
10:27 Central
So
Time.
fun to play here.
August 5th, 2022.
Yep.
Okay. Waterdeep?
Waterdeep.
Yes.
Cool. I have a feeling we probably can't just show up at the academy, but I know probably enough of Waterdeep that I could send us somewhere vaguely safe, secluded in an alley somewhere.
Cool.
Could we show up like right outside the front doors?
Do we know? We've never been to the academy without just showing up inside the academy. Do we even know where the academy is? Like, can we walk there if we just show up in the town?
I mean, I feel like it's
Look at
probably
his-
a pretty. I think Whirl could figure it out.
Well,
She was there
we
for
had
like
that-
she went to school there for a handful of years,
We had
and then
that.
fucked around in her adulthood.
We had that bar night where we left the academy to go to the
True.
bar.
Yeah, we went to the Yawning Portal, didn't we?
Okay, so
Yeah.
it's not like one of those places that's like hidden from people who don't go there.
No, I figured Academy of Watchful Mages, like, it's probably that building that everyone's like, yeah, all those like fucking guys live there.
So
Copy
in
that.
character, even if if you hadn't explored Waterdeep at all in your own backstory, common enough knowledge, and none of you are like druids or like highly secluded people. So it's common enough knowledge that Waterdeep is very accessible to nearly everyone. There's some history about it, like dragon wards and shit like that, but we'd have to do a history checking to see like details that you know. But Waterdeep, common knowledge of what it is, where it is. It's like the capital of the Sword Coast, and yes, you have seen at least the space between the academy itself and the Yawning Portal, so you'd at least have those two major landmarks to work off of.
Right. Cool.
So we should be good.
Sorry,
Yeah.
I just got Dave Matthews stuck in my head. It's fine.
This is
Well-
excellent news. Thank you for sharing.
Your fault, Justin.
Cool.
Let's do this.
Great. Cool, I guess everybody get kind of close to me so I can send us all there. World does not have an I'm trying to figure out what the most intelligent way to get us to Waterdeep is, because like I don't know that I have an object from there, but I would consider myself very familiar, which just means we roll and cross our fingers.
Mm-hmm. The slip of paper. For
Right, but
the magic slip thing.
Right, but I didn't want to, like, do we want to pop inside of the academy? Because I really think we should tell them because they have all of the wards up.
Dude,
or-
so
We go to a back alley somewhere and walk over.
Well, because we have this, will the slip of paper make us appear inside the academy, or can we just go generally in Waterdeep?
I mean, we were worried about this question last time, which is why we specifically picked the map, because we knew that we got the map and we were used to the map from the room. So if we got the slip of paper from the room, my assumption is it's going to try and send us to the room. But since the room is blocked by stuff, I don't want to get like zapped out of existence because we have magic.
All right. Okay.
Whereas otherwise, we could just cross our fingers real hard that we get there and just fucking see what happens. It's not like super, like we'll be fine. We'll be fine.
It's fine. It's
Yeah.
okay. We can ask for directions if worse comes to worse, right?
Yeah.
Hey, you know what's cool now? Even if something fucks up and I like lose an arm, you can just stick it back on me.
That's so, I feel disconcerted by that, and I know I don't need to.
Did we not do that before?
I mean, I can just be like, and it's good.
Oh, you don't need the magic with it now anymore.
No.
It's just okay. That's a little troubling. But
Yeah.
all right.
Cool, let's fucking, we'll try this, I guess.
All right. Huddle.
Sorry.
You're
I
good.
like
No, I'm
traumatize
just-
you and just like, hey,
Yeah.
this is-
Well, if we roll bad, it's because I'm thinking about your arms popping off.
fuck. Sorry.
Great. Cool.
Damn it.
Gets flinched.
Think happy thoughts.
Exactly. I'm gonna think of some. There was an alley. She's been in alleys. She finds some place and she like focuses on it. It's like vaguely out of the way so we don't fucking pop out of thin air because this place does not recognize us as like people that do this often. So, and then she's gonna focus on it and think about it a bunch, and then her wind is gonna expand and then teleport.
So cool. So cool.
Believe in you.
Okay.
Yeah,
Chat,
cool.
you can see that roll. Whirl and company will appear at the intended location.
Jesus Christ.
Just watching Andrea squirm like that was shit, where's the chat window?
I know, and then immediately I probably just like, ah, and I just make noises.
All the noises.
So
Okay.
where exactly was the intended location again?
You know, I was gonna say just like alley behind Yawning Portal because like Whirl has been around.
Yeah.
Yeah, so alley behind the Yawning Portal. Easy for us to like sneak back out. No one's back there. Probably just like a trash can and some rats.
Yep. And that will be exactly the case.
Great.
The Yawning Portal is part of a cluster of buildings that like the
Oh.
front faces
99?
the
Fuck
road.
yeah, sorry.
The front faces the road and the back is like backed up against other buildings. So you're able to find that alley. And there it is. And we are now
Holy shit.
Ooh.
back over Waterdeep.
I love this map.
It's a very beautiful map.
It really is.
Okay.
Cool. We did it. Should we call the academy and be like BT dubs were coming?
I mean,
Or
Can
just
we
show up at the
not
front door and be like,
first?
hi, we have some people to talk to.
I think. I mean, I'm good with throwing the spell slot, but like, I don't think it would be bad if we just like knocked on the door.
Cool.
Hey, did we ever learn the headmaster's name?
Nope. I'll be like
I think
fucking Elminster or
in-game-
some shit.
I think in game we know it. We just
I don't think we do.
I don't think we've ever
have,
said,
like,
"Excuse
actively
me,
never
sir.
gotten to
What
do-
is your
No.
name?"
Yeah.
That will be the first thing I do
Yeah.
today.
Great. Let's
Yeah,
academy.
we walk over to the school and knock on the door.
Okay. You knock on the door. Nothing happens.
We open the door. Is
I
it just like a
open
big
the
old
door.
building?
door.
Yeah.
It opens.
Yes.
Um,
Second try. Let's go.
Is there like a guest book we need to fill out, or like a concierge? Like, who do we talk to?
So, entering, you will, like, these big grand doors, right? Entering, you will see this sort of foyer-esque area with a handful of people just kind of walking around like normal, a few people conversing with each other. Grand columns, structural stone columns going through what is near and around the center of like the tower itself, going like 50 feet farther in or so. And there's no one like specifically greeting you or anything. It's as if people that come here just pretty much know where they need to go.
Right, and we would have come through this way before because of the other trip to Yawning
Yes.
Portal, so we know where we're going. Walk in like we're hot shit.
So, okay.
Should we just
I'm
go
gonna follow you.
Great, I'm just gonna. Here's the thing: if you pretend like you know where you're going, people just believe you. At least when I do it. So I'm just going to walk in the direction that I remember from last time, towards the room where everybody was last time we were here, in the like library, not necessarily study, but like where everything was fucking happening, and like the whole everyone was all the place that we were at last time. That one.
Okay.
Great.
Yeah, it's off to the side is a grand staircase that you'd be familiar with. It goes up a few levels to where you need to go to the sort of main hall that you've been in before. And as you're going, you'll all notice that it's a little bit busier and buzzier, like every level you go up. Which is different from what you've seen before. Like people have been around and doing things, and clearly, like there's a library on one level. You've seen people studying and working on things. But there's more of an air of like urgency as you're going up, and then you get to the level that you are expecting to finalize at, and going into this grand hall, you will see only the Grand Master and one other person that he's talking to at the moment. The Grandmaster, Headmaster.
Sure. Have the person he's talking to, have we met them before?
No.
Okay.
Gert's going to walk directly up to him and do the sort of excuse me, sir. Sorry to interrupt this conversation, but we have some pressing news and questions for you if you have some time.
Yes, no interruption at all, and he's as you get there, he was like already in the midst of finishing that conversation, and the woman that he was talking to, you see, has like this concerned look on her face and is like nodding at him, and then like quickly turns and like power walks away with like clearly a task at hand to go work on. And he's just going to turn to you as he says that and fold his hands, clearly ready and willing to listen, but he will start by asking, that storm is where you were. I assume it's related to that.
We have no idea. We can only assume. But first, so that I don't forget to ask you again, what's your name?
Excellent.
Headmaster Fenrin Vathentris.
Ah, yeah, that one.
That is a name. That is a name.
I will put that in the Discord for you.
Bless your beautiful heart. Thank you so much.
Yes.
I'm going to see how close I got to spelling
Again,
it, and
I
the
am-
answer is going to be not very.
I am so sorry that we have been so rude up to now that we have not formally asked. But
Sorry.
I think it was more of just like an accidental happenstance. Oh, I was off by one whole letter, you guys.
Hell you.
No bother at all. It seems that every time we meet, it's always fairly urgent business.
Fun fact.
So I know that everyone sort of has some questions for you. So I'll let other folks handle other things. But I was wondering if you could put us in touch with the Aarakocra.
The Aarakocra that you've met here before.
Correct.
The Dukes of the Caw.
We have a stick.
We have a piece that might be that we're questioning if it is part of the rod.
As it happens, they're already on their way here.
Fantastic.
May I see this piece?
I don't know. Nobody else can.
Can I insight check for intention?
Sure.
Just because of the like the recent kind of event that's very Yo, 29.
Oh, jeez, there's the rolls.
Oh, those are the two in a row, and that's the last we're gonna roll for
Yep.
the rest of like the month.
Intentions. Yeah, you're getting a vibe, Taryn, that he is genuinely curious, and like almost doesn't believe it that it could be a piece of this very specific, extremely rare thing.
But no like nefarious like undertones or like.
No, you're not getting anything like that.
Awesome. Cool.
So I pull it out and I say, truly, we don't know anything really about this, except I had experience with, I believe, this exact thing a few months ago in a different town. And I open up the cloth.
Okay. He's going to look at the cloth and then look at you with this like, what? But then you'll see the wheels start to turn and he'll start to reach out and touch. It almost looks like he's going to touch your hand, but then it is stopped by the object that exists between. And he'll wrap his fingers around it and pick it up and start to like feel around to get a sense of like, how big is it? What shape is it? He's like super awkward at first, and then he realizes just what's happening, or at least it looks like he realizes just what's happening. And he says, the greatest thing for me about knowledge acquisition and learning and using abilities and magic throughout all of my years, the joy of discovery is the greatest joy there is. I have no idea what this is.
Great.
And I love it.
Damn it.
Love
Fantastic.
And
Love
he'll
that, Russ.
he'll put it back and say, how did you come about this? How do you even know that it's there?
So it fell after a portal was closed at an altar. I feel like my companions can give you more information about all of that, because it's a lot of information, and we've all had very, very big few days. But this piece of wood seemed to appear out of thin air, and I am the only one of my companions who can see it. Even though 3 of us were able to see it a few months ago.
A strange phenomenon indeed.
Yes.
Well, we should be able to solve at least one question of this mystery once the Dukes arrive, and see if it is indeed one of those pieces or not.
Have you ever seen one?
Well, yes, they've arrived several times with more pieces assembled
Oh, right.
together.
Yep. Yeah, I remember that now. I retract my statement.
But I'm more concerned at the moment with the events of the Desserin Valley and what has led to this massive rift that's opened in the ground and the storm that resides above it. What happened over there?
How long do you have?
I believe it's a lot happened.
If you have a serious answer to the question, then as long as we need.
Maybe we should listen, not a hallway.
Yeah.
Of course. And he'll escort you into the grand hall itself with all the you'll see a whole bunch of papers like before, kind of sprawled all over the place. But the big difference here being that no one else is here working or meeting or discussing as how it has always been the case in the past with the faction leaders and the assistant headmaster and a couple other people here and there. It is empty save for him.
You guys on a holiday break or something right now?
No, everyone is attending to the events in the Desserin Valley as we speak.
Oh,
I mean, dope.
cool.
Do you know more about what it is other than just, well, it looks to be a malicious storm, or are you in the same boat as us?
Just before you arrived, I received word from the assistant headmaster that several small demons have been pouring out of it.
We love that's amazing.
My favorite.
That's so cool.
Demons, yay.
So when we went there, well, what was the first thing we did when we got there? We had the water stuff first, right?
Yeah, this most recent time we went to the water cult first.
Yeah.
Right.
Because we finished
So-
everything else.
Yeah.
hmm The plunging torrent.
Right. So we went to the water cult. We found their node after kind of navigating their a maze. I don't want to say maze because it wasn't trying to get you lost, but it was a path of flowing water, and a couple vision instances where we would see events in the past occur in front of us. We had gotten down to their node where we found a larger than normal aboleth guarding, but seemed to be guarding the node.
An aboleth, you say?
Yes, it had a name, which I am going to find.
World would have remembered the name, but I do not currently.
He was nicer than you'd expect.
Well, to you guys, yeah.
To all of us, he let us live.
It was okay, I guess.
These are not insignificant details.
Cool guy.
He claimed to be. It was similar to a guardian, or I forgot the exact word that he used, but more of like the area around the node was a domain of his. And then after a small conflict, we had destroyed the weapon created to open the node and let other things through, at which it had, and then at that point it had asked us why we weren't seeking the powers that it would grant. And then after replying with our goal of destroying everything and what our intentions were, it let us leave without much else to say.
Well, I must say that it is a consistent story of consistent detail among your story, as I see it, that the events you are carrying out have very unique outcomes. I would not expect people to encounter an aboleth and live to tell the tale.
Well, you're looking at 5 of them.
New Club the Devourer?
That's
I cannot
it.
pronounce the first half because it's like a lot of hard consonants together that shouldn't make a noise that I understand. But, yes.
And also on the way out, we saw this group of I don't think we knew the name of the species, but what looked to be a bunch of fish-sized or humanoid-sized fish gathered around an altar.
The Kuotoa. So this temple was deep below the surface.
Quite deep.
That's a bit of context that might give us some explanation as to the demons reported coming from this rift in the ground. Are you familiar with the Underdark?
Yes.
Can I do a...
Actually.
Ooh.
Can you see the connection I'm making in my head?
Yep.
He's gonna give you a little smirk in like appreciation of the shared understanding, but then goes back to like his demeanor of concern because this is not good news.
Mm-hmm.
So we had made it out of the water cults area. And we had managed to get back onto this some sort of like common ground that all of the cults had shared. And we had managed to maneuver our way over to the air node after some exploration, where we found Yan Sibin sitting essentially in the node, waiting for his weapon to be delivered to him, which he had thought that was a task that we were coming to complete.
We weren't.
We weren't.
That was the weapon that you had the last time you were here and no longer do.
Yes, one of them.
I see. And the result of that encounter was?
Killed him.
Well, clearly
was-
you lived.
Yeah, he was sucked back into the node. And we were able, I believe we fully destroyed. This is me, Logan, not fully recalling what happened last time, but I think because he got sucked in, I think he got sucked in with the spear, and then the
dropped
node
it.
just kind of
Yeah, and then
dropped it, and
and then Yolantha checked it in.
Yeah, she did.
Mhm.
Then there was an earthquake.
Boom.
So Yolantha had appeared in that moment after we had defeated him. She had thrown the spear back into its origin point.
Oh, so she has returned.
She did temporarily.
She got kidnapped again by somebody.
We didn't recognize him.
Kidnapped.
Appeared out of nowhere, put a
Grabbed her.
hand over her mouth, and popped out.
Oh, that is very not good. And he's going
Not at
to
all.
immediately turn to the table and pick up piece of parchment and a feather pen and start writing. And you don't recognize the person who did this.
We didn't.
We did not.
And you don't know where they would have gone.
No. There was a portal, we couldn't see through it. It said "fuck you" across it, which was weird.
This is very concerning news.
He had a staff. He had like dark, kind of swoopy hair. That's kind of the best visual we could get.
Intricate robes. That's about it.
It all happened very fast.
Mhm.
So a wielder of magic, at least.
Yes.
He's going to continue writing. At this moment, the doors behind you open, and you will see the 5 familiar Aarakocra. I don't know how people say it. Walking in with a bit more zeal than usual. They've usually been kind of like laid back and chill. At this point, they're like sort of beelining, and the moment they see all of you, they sort of like stop and look around, and then like continue coming forward to you all, and present this what looks like basically a wooden staff, and you didn't really notice it the first time, but you definitely see it now because there are 6 segments that are like separated by almost an inch of empty space, and you can see that each piece looks like it was just like broken off, like if you took a broomstick and broke it across
Sure.
your leg. So they would fit together, but something is like holding the pieces suspended apart from each other, but like still intact, if that makes sense. And the headmaster will actually point to you, Gert, and just sort of beckon for you to present this item.
Does this go?
The headmaster's gonna start to reach for it, but before he even touches it, it just lifts out of your hand. And slowly, Gert, again, you are the only person.
I am the only one who's seeing this.
You're going to
Drape your piece of fabric over it so it just looks like a magic routine.
It's a whole ghosty.
Gert, you're gonna see it float and turn so that the broken end, or the broken looking end, is facing toward the last broken end of the rest of the rod. And the headmaster's hand will end up like touching yours, and then he'll look confused for a second.
It went that way. It went to the stick.
He's going
I think I was right.
He's gonna look over to this rod, and Gert, you're gonna see the glinting is like it's going fucking nuts right now. And then at the moment it actually hits that like almost inch of separation point, you'll all hear this like wooden clack, and then a sound that's almost like when you get a good back crack, like
Hell
all the
yeah.
pieces just like snap together, and you'll see this full, very plain looking staff. And then Gert, Taryn, you're gonna get this feeling a bit, but Gert, you get this like sharp wave of just the best gut feeling you've ever had. The staff is going to turn completely white, shorten just a little bit, flatten, and one end will form into a hilt and handle. And now what you see in front of you is unmistakably Renwick's sword.
What? Shit.
Are you gonna end it right now? Are you gonna end this shit right now?
Almost. I have a little bit more to narrate, and then that's gonna be the end of our session. Because I mean, that's awesome, but there's a little bit more.
Actively shitting myself.
But wait, there's more.
At the moment you see it form, everything around all 5 of you goes black.
Fuck.
No.
You can see all of yourselves and the sword still sort of floating in the air above you. And then a creature appears in front of you, and I forgot to pull this up. 1 second.
Oh god, there's a picture. Oh god, there's a picture.
Okay, the word creature.
Panic, 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 panic.
This thing appears in front of
No!
No!
No, I know what this
shit
is.
is
No,
that?
I hate it.
I don't
Oh,
like
it's
this. I'd like to leave.
you. And in one of its hands, it holds what you can swear
The
is
bird.
a backbone with a skull attached to it.
It's the Orcus thing from the very beginning that we didn't really clock the first time.
Huh?
It looks at you with this just blank, sort of clearly it's looking at you, but it just tilts its head, and then as it's panning across all of you, you're going to hear this booming voice, literally hear it, not telepathically, around you, stating, if I can get the thing right. Yep, here we go.
The rift has been opened. My part delivered to Astaroth, and now I send a message from the deep.
And this thing is going to raise this bone staff, essentially, and the empty eye sockets flash green. You're going to see a whole handful of zombies and piles of bones start to claw their way through the ground around you. And we will start next time rolling initiative.
Oh no.
My God.
Question.
I
Where is
fuck.
where is the blade?
It's still suspended in the air in front of you guys.
Someone fucking grab it.
Directly in front of us?
Yep, within arm's reach of at least you and maybe all of you, depending on how close you were standing. Yeah.
Copy.
Oh.
Okay.
I was just I hate this.
Literally, as it was forming, I was about to say to the aircraft, hey, can we ask this? Can we borrow this for a little bit?
So yeah, it's noteworthy that you 5 are the only people you can see. And then it's
Of course
this
we
thing,
are.
and then all these things
Fuck.
falling out of the ground. So some kind of thing has happened. But that's going to be it for tonight. So for stream, we'll see you next time. I know schedule's been kind of wonky because summer things. I think we're going to get back to Sundays. But keeping an eye on Twitter is the best way to get updates for that. And we will hopefully see you all next time. Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.